Hello YouTube, we are back again in the games room. It's stinking hot, single fin in hand. Cheers mate, welcome back, thank you. Alright, today we're here. We are going to play another piece of retro goodness. We are looking at a game called Ninja Saviours for the Super Famicom.
Yes, originally.
Original
remake. Yeah.
But today we're looking at the remake, which came out this year.
Yep.
Yeah, on the Switch.
Yep.
So the video is going to go like this. Basically, we're going to talk about a bit of the history about the game, as we always do. We're going to talk about where you got it from. Where you actually picked it up pretty recently. We're going to talk about the gameplay versus the old Super Famicom version versus the remake, and then maybe a bit about the gameplay and what it reminds us of, and what it plays like, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So first things first, man. History. What do you know about the game?
Okay, so the game began as an arcade machine in Japan by Taito called Ninja Warriors from 1987.
I still get confused. I still call it Ninja Warriors.
Yeah.
Ninja Saviours.
It gets called both, but it's been remade. So, but yeah, Ninja Warriors, Ninja Saviours.
Yeah.
1987 Taito arcade machine. Home ports followed on the Mega CD and the PC Engine. And then 1994, Natsume did the first remake with Ninja Warriors again. They call it on the
Respect to Natsume. There it is.
on
Yeah.
the cartridge. Ninja Warriors again, I suppose, which was appropriate because it was coming out again. Although remade by Natsume for the Super Famicom, Super Nintendo in 1994, and then. Yeah, so the Super Famicom cartridge I bought
So where'd you get it from? You got
two
it
months
recently.
ago. Yeah, in Akihabara, Tokyo, one of our favourite spots. It's quite an expensive PAL cartridge. It's not that cheap on Super Famicom either.
Yeah,
but
true.
PAL carts are like up to $200. I picked up a Japanese Super Famicom copy for 8,000 yen, or
$80, 90 Australian maybe.
Yeah. And then, of course, it happened to coincide with this year's 2019 kind of remake of the remake, also by Natsume, who made the 94.
Yeah, cool. So, I guess what we talked about in the video, that's a bit of the history. So now we're going to get into the old versus the new. So some things that either changed, or some things that we're glad they kept the same. It doesn't always have to be changed. You know, if it's good, don't touch it.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, so, but I guess a good thing that they did change was, and probably the most obvious one too, because there's certain games you play where they scream two-player, and for whatever reason, it's only one player.
Yeah.
This is one of those occasions. So, the original was a one-player only game.
Yeah,
and the remake
Super
has
Famicom.
gone. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's make it two players.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant two-player experience. Thank God they did.
Yeah. So the remake, the 2019 remake, is two players co-op on the couch.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So it should have been.
It should have been like that in the first place, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So that's one change that was really good. We were talking about a little change. They've sort of tweaked, not so much changed the gameplay, but just sort of tweaked little bits of the gameplay. So one of those is, and in the original and in the remake, you can see in the video, there's the max power bar. And basically, you've got like a bit of a risk-reward thing with that is, it's constantly building up, and that when it gets to max, you can use it as like, you might use a bomb in a beat 'em up or a shmup or something like that. But the new one introduced a bit of like a half max move where you could, like, for example, I used the ninja, the big guy you can see in the video, and if he uses a little bit of that max power bar, he can do this big like nunchuck attack, which they didn't have in the original. So there's more moves, there's a bit, more layers to it.
Yeah, a lot more nuances.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool that they just gave a few more options for getting through the game. That was pretty cool. What else did you think that they changed or kept?
There's more attention in the more detail in the backgrounds. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the graphics in the remake, and when you look into the backgrounds of the backdrops, there's little attention to detail.
You hope so. I mean, it is a remake, new systems, more power. You'd expect them to tweak those things and give it a bit more detail.
but at the same time, it does look a lot like the original.
Yeah, which when we went back and played the 16-bit version, we were kind of shocked at like how good that game actually looks, and how they tried to keep the new one, even though it's a remake, it's on a new system and all that stuff. They've really tried to keep it in that 16-bit style, like a really polished 16-bit game is what you describe it as, really.
Yeah, you can even add scan lines to this 2019 game, for even more authenticity.
So rather than a change, it's almost, we're glad they kept it the same. The game was so brilliant looking in the first place. You didn't need to change it and throw that baby out with the bathwater and start all over again. Just tweak it, just give it a touch up, and here's what we have. So I really love the art style of it. So let's get into the next category, which is, let's talk about the gameplay and the difficulty. What is the gameplay like?
Well, essentially a scrolling beat 'em up sort of springs to mind, like Streets of Rage, Final Fight. But with the big exception that this game is played on a single plane, so you can't walk up and down the screen.
That's true.
You walk across on the one level, which sounds like an unusual design choice, but in the context of this game, it works beautifully. In fact, I think it's what makes it a more concentrated experience with that constant sort of tension from both angles.
If you're wondering what the gameplay is like, it's no surprise. We've all seen Streets of Rage, those sort of games. So it is your 2D fighter, but like I said, on a single plane, which is the little bit of the difference there. What about the difficulty?
Yeah, the difficulty initially is quite tough. I think people when they start
it was a bit of a learning curve, wasn't it? We struggled initially early on to kind of piece all these moves together that the game had put out for us.
That's but there comes a point where you kind of click with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the tables turn and you're in control, and it's just so satisfying.
And when we got good at it, we really cruised through those early stages, which ones gave us a bit of difficulty early on. We really smashed through those pretty quickly.
Yeah, and there's health pickups.
There are health. They're pretty fair with the pickups.
And the restarts aren't bad either.
The restarts aren't bad, that's true. The only thing I would say, we did have some annoying moments in some of the stage design, where there was one stage where you'll see in the video where they're just constantly dropping missiles on you, and they're very hard to dodge, a little bit cheap in a sense. I mean, yes, they do take out the enemies for you sometimes, but most of the time you just get lit up by these bombs, and it becomes really frustrating. It's purely there just to eat your health bar.
But they want you to keep moving. I think
we kind of found that was the best strategy.
Yeah, they're trying to keep the gameplay flowing. It's hectic. There's a lot of enemies just from both sides of the screen.
I found it a little bit frustrating, but we did manage with it.
Got through.
The one difficult part, and has to be mentioned, is the last boss. I mean, that was one thing they probably should have changed. If they were going to change anything.
That's it. Yeah, a bit of an odd design choice. Whereas instead of attacking the final boss like all the others, where you sort of mash them up, this time it was limited to forcing you to perform throws.
Yeah, they had you grapple someone and then try to spin throw them or back throw them into the boss. Yeah. And there's just so much chaos going on. We gave it a good solid crack, and we couldn't crack it yet.
Got it to halfway. And there's no save file per se. There's no. So you kind of have to do it. You can continue as much as you want in that session. Yeah. If we wanted to we'd have to start.
Well, the bonus is we've got it on sleep mode. It's sitting there in sleep right now. But it became a bridge too far for us. Really frustrating boss mechanics, and which is really frustrating because it ruins the whole rest of the game. You've had this amazing experience, and you get to the last boss, and it's just this really bad, poorly made boss.
It's different.
It just ruins the experience.
It's at odds with the rest of the game. But up until that point.
Yeah,
couldn't fault it. It was like 10 out of 10, and then you get to this design choice at the end that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. There's obviously people who've pushed through and mastered this sort of technique, but it's not necessarily. It's not intuitive straight up, and it flies in the face of the whole game to that point.
So you're probably giving your answer away. Let's get into the finish. What are your thumbs up? Your thumbs down in this game?
I'm definitely giving it a thumbs up. But with the caution that be prepared for some frustration, especially with the last boss. But if you love Natsume, love the series and have played the other games, earlier versions, this is a beautiful example of a sort of dying sort of genre.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I'm a thumbs up. I like the way they kept as much as the original game as they did. I haven't gone back and played the original now. I like the little tweaks they've made on it. It adds to the gameplay and makes it much more enjoyable experience. The 2-player thing, I mean, that just had to be a given.
And sharing the health bar, you know, kind of
sharing all those things made it a really enjoyable experience.
A great co-op, local co-op experience. It was awesome.
And like you said, it's a dying breed. These things were a dime a dozen back in the day, fighters, but they're not anymore. So it was awesome to go back and enjoy a classic. So I'm definitely a thumbs up, and it's not an expensive game to get on the Switch now. So why not? Why not? Go.
So no, it wasn't physically released in Australia. You can track them physical copies through limited run and on eBay, etc. But for $25 or something.
Yeah, you're crazy not
on
to.
the eShop.
Yeah, get your mate around, drink some beers like we did, and just smash it out. So
you'll love it.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Cool, well there you go, another video down. That was Ninja Saviors for the Switch, a remake of the Ninja Warriors again, Ninja Saviors again, on the Super Famicom. Thumbs up, loved it. If you liked the video like we liked the game, give it some likes, give it some subscribes, shoot us a comment, give us some feedback, we love it. And we'll catch you for the next one, mate.
Yep.
Alright,
peace.